ground shake.
Hello students, my name is Almas, faculty of Davan College, Davangere. So starting with the chapter of economics, first chapter of economics, microeconomic part 3. The next concept is related to production possibility frontier. Production possibility frontier is a table, a graph where it is going to explain how the scarcity of the resources can be utilized and in what kind of combination of goods and services we can actually produce when we are having limited amount of resources. So let's get started with this. Okay, as they have given the statement saying that just as individuals face scarcity of resources, the resources of an economy as a whole are always limited in comparison to what the people in the economy collectively want to have. So here again they are going to emphasize in terms of individual people faces scarcity of resources. Okay, and when individuals are facing scarcity of resources, even the resources that has been available in the economy as the wholes are limited in nature. When there is limited resources, even the economy is facing the problem of scarcity of resources. Okay, the scarce resources have alternative uses and every society has to decide on how much of each of the resources to use in the production of different goods and services. So this is very true. Whenever we are having less amount of resources, scarce resources available, we always have alternative uses of the scarce resources. When this alternative uses of scarce resources are there available to the society, then society have to take a careful decision of how much of the each of the resources we have to use and produce different amount of goods and services. Okay, in other words, every society has to determine how to allocate its scarce resources to different goods and services. So this is also very true towards the economic status, saying that whenever the society faces scarcity of resources, they determine in terms of allocating the scarce resources in terms of different goods and services. It's all about saying that when you're buying a toothpaste for 100 rupees, okay, for example, if you're buying a toothpaste for 100 rupees, but XYZ product is there just for 100 rupees, a single toothpaste. But if you can shop for ABC product, which is again a toothpaste, again for 100 rupees, but you're getting a toothbrush free out of it. So what is happening here? You will go towards the alternative uses of your resources. Your resources are only 100 rupees. But if you buy XYZ product, you get only a paste, a toothpaste for 100 rupees. But when you buy ABC product, you get a toothbrush also free, where you're getting additional amount of commodity with the first best commodity called as a toothpaste plus a toothbrush, where it is giving you a combo amount of offer. So at that time the resources 100 rupees can be used in the best amount of alternative uses, and it is obvious that consumer is a rational consumer, and a rational consumer always have to have maximum amount of satisfaction with his resources. So with the 100 rupees, I being a consumer, I would like to opt towards a toothpaste and a toothbrush because it is a combination, it is a combo offer, and it is giving me additional benefit of a toothbrush where I'm going to save my money in terms of buying a toothbrush. Getting it? Okay. In the same way, the society also have to determine how to allocate the scarce resources in different amount of goods and services. Okay. An allocation of scarce resources of an economy give rise to a particular combination of different goods and services. See, again, whatever I've given you the example, they're explaining the same thing, saying that whenever you allocate your scarce resources in the economy, it gives rise to the particular combination. I said you a combo offer, but here they are saying it will be a combination of different goods and services. Okay, if I'm having less resources, I go to buy some amount of commodity, but I assure that I get maximum amount of satisfaction, I get maximum amount of good in that particular resources what I am having, because I am a consumer, I am a rational thinker. A rational thinker always take maximum amount of satisfaction out of whatever the resources has been available. Okay, given the total amount of resources, it is possible to allocate the resources in many different ways and thereby achieving different mix of all possible goods and services. So again they are saying that when we are having certain amount of resources available, a total amount of resources available, we can allocate this resources with different amount of mix of products, that is goods and services. I can buy some amount of X commodity, I can buy some amount of Y commodity, I can buy some amount of Z commodity also, because it's all about my choice. I can go with the combination of any amount of possible goods and services because my resources are limited. When my resources are limited, I would like to get maximum satisfaction with my resources. Okay, the collection of all possible combination of goods and services that can be produced from a given amount of resources and a given stock of technological knowledge is called the production possibility set of an economy. So here it is very important, getting it? So here whatever they are saying, this segment is very important. Sorry, so this segment is very important. Okay, so what they are saying here, they are saying whenever the collection, getting it, whenever the collection of all possible combination of goods and services, okay, whenever you collect, whenever you buy some amount of combination, that means all amount of combination of goods and services that comes under your budget, okay, of goods and services that can be produced. Okay, so these goods and services can be produced by what? By some given amount of resources. That means whatever is your resources, you're not going to add much amount of resources. Whatever resources has been given to you, with the same resources, with the same amount of stock of technology, with the same knowledge of the laborers, you are producing something, then it is called as production possibility set. Getting it? So this is important. What is production possibility set? They say that collection of all possible combination of what? Of good and services that we are producing by given amount of what? Given amount of resources of stock. Okay, given amount of resources and some given amount of stock of technological knowledge, then it is called as production possibility set. That means you're not going to add any more resources. Whatever resources, like 10 unit of resources is given, with the help of 10 unit of resources, you're going to produce combination of goods and services. Okay, last example I said you farmer is producing only corn. No, now it is different. Now they are saying combination, how combining with one resources to another. For example, 10 unit of resources has been given. In this 10 unit of resources, you have to produce X product also, Y products also, Z product also. So this is a combination of goods that you are going to produce with a given amount of 10 unit of resources. Okay, and what is the stock of technology? The technology or the mechanism or the tools, technique, whatever you are using in your land for production will be the same. You cannot add, you cannot subtract, with the same amount of technology. And the knowledge, whatever you are getting from the 5 laborers, same 5 laborers are working for different combination of goods. No change in the labor, no change in the knowledge, no change in the technique. If you are producing some combination of goods and services, then it is called as production possibility set. Okay, I hope this meaning of production possibility set is clear, because this meaning will take you towards another direction of production possibility frontier to explain it better with table and diagram. Okay, so next, continuing with it, on the other hand, okay, they say that on the other hand, if people in the society wants more corn compared to what the farming unit are producing collectively, the resources used in the production of some other goods and services may be reallocated to the production of corn. Similar is in the case with all other goods and services. So here they say that if we are talking about some amount of goods and services that has to be produced with the given amount of resources that has been available with the farmer. They are going to produce more amount of corn. Why? Because the demand for corn in the market is increasing. How they are going to produce it? They are going to produce it only in terms of reallocating their resources. Just as the resources of individual are scarce, the resources of the society also are scarce in comparison to what the people in the society might collectively want to have. Okay, this is not the same slide. Okay, now let's see as the example one. Okay, considering an economy which can produce corn or cotton. See here. Okay, so what they have said in the first examples of teacher, weaver, a farmer, we have seen that they have given the example of just corn, but now they have given you some example of a combination of good, that is called as a corn or a cotton. Getting it? Okay, so this is what? This is a combination. This is a combination. As I said you, production possibility frontier. Here you're going to use the same amount of resources. You're going to use the same amount of stock of technology. You're going to use the same amount of knowledge, and you're going to produce the combination of goods, that is corn and cotton, as the example has been given. So here they are saying in the example one, consider an economy which can produce what? Two goods, that is corn or cotton they are saying. So combination of good by using its resources. Resources means it is a set of resources which has been given, stock of technology, and again in terms of the knowledge, in terms of producing the commodity. So table 1.1, as you can see, there is a table 1.1 production possibility where you are having two combination of corn and cotton. Give some of the combination of corn and cotton that the economy can produce. So this possibilities are nothing but the combinations. So you are having combination number combination A, you are having combination B, combination C, combination D, combination E. So in this combination you can see two goods have been produced. What are the two goods that has been produced? Corn and cotton. In the combination A, you are saying with the help of the resources which is available, you are producing zero amount of corn, but you are producing 10 units of cotton. Okay, 0 unit of corn has been produced and 10 units of cotton has been produced with the combination A. But if you see the combination B, you can see 1 unit of corn has been produced and 9 unit of cotton is produced. So you can see from combination A to B, cotton was 10 in combination A, but in the combination B, cotton has reduced to 9 units. Okay, and in combination A, you can see corn is 0 units, but in combination B, it is 1 unit. Why? Because you have to balance the resources. You cannot keep on growing cotton and corn together. You cannot increase because the resources are limited. If you want to increase your corn, you have to sacrifice your cotton. Getting it? Because the resources are limited. If you want to increase your cotton, you have to sacrifice your corn. So this is how you're going to produce the combination of commodity in the given amount of resources. Okay, let's see what is happening in the combination C. Combination C, they are saying that again the corn is increasing from 1 unit to 2 unit, and in cotton the combination is increasing from decreasing from 9 unit to 7 unit. That means if you are increasing your corns, you have to decrease your cotton. Okay. In the D combination also they are saying you are increasing your corn from 2 units to 3 units and you are decreasing your cotton from 7 units to 4 units. And in combination E, you can see you are increasing your corn from 3 units to 4 units and you are decreasing your cotton from 4 units to how many units? 0 units. Okay. If the same thing, if I am taking it from below, you can see if I want to increase my, if I want to increase my cotton from 0 to 4, I have to decrease my corn from 4 to 3. If I want to increase my corn from 4 to 7 units, I have to decrease my corn from 3 to 2 units. If I want to increase it from 7 to 9 units, I want to decrease my corn from 2 to 1 units. And if I want to increase my cotton from 9 to 10 units, I have to decrease my corn from 1 to 0 units. This is vice versa situation. Here you can emphasize in terms of a combination of commodity to select what to produce more and what to produce less. But you cannot have any amount of combination of goods where you keep on increasing the production of corn and cotton. Remember that you are having limited amount of resources. It is just like you are having 10 rupees in your hands and you are having the choice of buying wafers and chocolates. Either you can increase the quantity of wafers, either you can increase the quantity of chocolates. Getting it? This is how you're going to adjust your combination of goods with a limited amount of resources. Okay, the same amount of example is being given in terms of explanation. If all the resources are used in the production of corn, the maximum amount of corn that can be produced is 4 units. So here they are saying if a producer is using his entire amount of resources in terms of producing only one commodity, that is, for example, let us take his corn. So he can produce maximum amount of how many units of corn? 4 units. Why? Because he is producing zero amount of cotton. That means he is using his entire resources in terms of producing only corn. So the maximum amount of corn with the given amount of resources can be produced is only 4 units. Okay. If all resources are used in production of cotton, at the most 10 units of cotton can be produced. So here they are saying that if the producer is concentrating only in terms of cotton, so how much unit he can produce out of his given amount of resources? Only 10 units of cotton can be produced, where he is producing zero amount of corn. That means a maximum amount of resources that he can use in producing cotton is only 10 units, and the maximum amount of quantity of output he can get from his resources of corn is only 4 units. Okay. At the most 10 units of cotton can be produced. The economy can also produce 1 unit of corn and 9 units of cotton, or 2 units of corn, 7 units of cotton, or 3 units of corn, 4 units of cotton. So here they are saying that the economy can even produce with the given resources as 1 corn, 9 unit of cotton, 2 unit of corn, 7 unit of cotton, 3 units of corn, and 4 units of cotton. There can be many other possibilities. Apart from this amount of combination A, B, C, D, E, there might be other amount of possibilities also. But in our example, in the point of view of explanation of production possibility, we are having only 5 combination, and this 5 combinations table with explanation is very important. See, this is the same table, but it has been explained in terms of the statements. Okay, I hope you got this table explanation. Let us move towards the diagram with the help of the same amount of table. So here the figure illustrates the production possibility of the economy. Okay, so here they say that whatever this figure is there, no, this is actually a figure, this is a data with the help of table 1.1, what we have studied in our last slide. The same data is being taken into consideration to draw a graph. Okay, so the figure illustrates the production possibility of the economy. Any point on or below the curve represent a combination of corn and cotton that can be produced with the economy's resources. So here they are saying that this is a combination number 1. Okay, that is A combination, where you can see what happened. Here you are having 10 units of cotton and 0 units of corn. So this is my OX axis and this is my OY axis. In my OY axis vertical we are having cotton, and in OX axis horizontal we are having corn over here. So here they say that this is the point of 0, where you can see cotton is, if I say 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit, so it is 10 units of cotton here, and the corn which is being produced is 0. This is a combination what? Combination A. As you can see, combination A, 0 amount of corn, 10 units of cotton. Getting it? Okay, combination B, here they are saying that you are decreasing what? You're decreasing the quantity. As you can see, the curve is coming down. So you're decreasing the quantity of cotton from A to B, but you are increasing the quantity of corn from 0 to 1. So this is 0 to 1. Getting it? The same way they are saying that the corn that you can produce is increasing from 0 to 1, but the cotton is decreasing from 10 to 9 units. Okay, as let's see. Okay, so it is corn is increasing and cotton is decreasing. Getting it? Okay, Next, combination number C, you can see combination, that is the next possibility. Again, you can see as we are coming up with a new amount of combination A to B and B to C, the quantity of cotton is decreasing and the quantity of corn is increasing. From 9, it is decreasing to 7. From 1, it is increasing to 2. Okay, so here the combination C, 1 to 2, B to C, it is increasing. What is increasing? Corn, but you can see cotton, it is decreasing from 9 to 7. Okay. Combination D, again you can see there is a decrease from A, B to C and C to D, and again there is increase in terms of corn, and same way it is decrease in the combination E where you are not at all producing any cotton, that is cotton is 0 but corn is 4 units. So this is the graph where you're going to draw as per the table. Okay, if you go with a simple amount of line graph, okay, with a simple amount of line graph you get a curve where it is decreasing from left to right downward. Okay, it is decreasing from left to right downward. Okay, so this is called as the curve of production possibility frontier. Okay, or we can say this is called as a production possibility curve. I hope you got this amount of explanation of a graph. Here, the explanation of the graph, they say the production possibility frontier gives what? Combination. Combination of what? Combination of corn and cotton that can be produced when the resources of the economy are fully utilized. Getting it? So here they are saying that you can go with this amount of combination of goods and services once you take your entire amount of resources and you utilize it completely, or you have to utilize it fully. Okay, so if you are using your resources towards the maximum extent of fully utilizing it, then only you get these amount of combination of corn and cotton. Note that any point lying strictly below the production possibility frontier represent a combination of corn and cotton that will be produced when all or some of the resources are either underemployed or are utilized in a wasteful fashion. Getting it? So this is a very important thing. What is the important thing? They say that underemployed, okay, or utilized in wasteful fashion. Getting it? So these are the two important things that we can take into consideration when it is been explained. Getting it? See here. So here they say that this is the curve. In this curve, okay, if you are getting any point over here, okay, any combination of point over here, I'll just explain you. So this, if you're getting a point over here, getting it? So this is a point. If you're getting a point over here or you're getting a point over here. So this 2 points says that this is a point of combination where you're using this point of combination saying that you have not utilized your resources successfully. For example, you're getting 10 rupees and you're buying some combination of good of chocolate and a wafer. Okay, that means you're buying a chocolate of 5 rupees and a wafer of 5 rupees. 5 plus 5 is 10. Then it is a perfect amount of combination. It might be C. Getting it? Okay, but here what you're doing is you're having 10 rupees, but you're using your 10 rupees in terms of buying 5 rupees wafer and 2 rupees chocolate. That means how many rupees has been saved? 5 plus 2 is 7. Okay, 10 minus 7 is 3. So you're saving your 3 rupees. That means you're not fully utilizing your resources. That means you're underutilized your resources, and this combination is not called as production possibility frontier. So this is, I have taken this as a combination F, I have taken this as a combination G. So as I said you, this is a combination where we are getting this combination but we are underutilizing it. Okay, that means I am having 10 rupees but I am not spending my entire 10 rupees in terms of getting a combination of goods and services. I am just spending my 7 rupees and I am saving my 3 rupees. That means I have not fully utilized my resources. So this is called as underutilization of resources. So this is what This is something where you overutilize your resources. That means you're having 10 rupees and you have to buy wafers and chocolate within that 10 rupees, but now you're getting loan from your friend and buying some extra amount of wafers and chocolate. That means you have overutilized your resources. Your resources were 10 rupees, but you got some 5 rupees of loan and you extended your resources from 10 rupees to 15 rupees. So that means you have overutilized and you got this G combination of good. So this is not related to your production possibility frontier. Getting it? Production possibility frontier is a perfect amount of curve with slopes from left to right downward with a combination of A, B, C, D, E, where you're going to use the perfect amount of resources, no change in terms of resources, no change in terms of technology, and no change in terms of the knowledge in terms of producing the commodity. Getting it? Okay. If more of the scarce resources are used in the production of corn, less resources are available for the production of cotton and vice versa. I've explained you in the table, if you go on increasing corn, you will be having less amount of cotton. If you goes on increasing your production of cotton, there will be less amount of corn available. So this is the situation. Why? Because we are having scarce resources. I cannot increase my resources. Whatever the resources I am having, I have to use the same resources which are scarce in nature. I either have to take a decision of increasing corn, I either have to take a decision in increasing cotton. So this is a vice versa situation where sometime you increase your corn production, sometime you increase the cotton production. Okay. Therefore, if we want to have more of one of the goods, we will have less of the other goods. So this is the brief amount of explanation saying that if we want more amount of one good, then we will be having less of other good. More amount of corn, less of cotton, more amount of cotton, less amount of corn. Okay. Thus, there is always a cost of having little more of one good in terms of amount of the other good that has to be foregone. So, what is this foregone? You have to let it go. Foregone means you have to let it go. So, here they say that there is always certain amount of cost being involved. When you're taking a decision in terms of producing one commodity, you have to let go the other commodity. If I want to produce more corn, I have to sacrifice or let go my cotton and I should have less amount of cotton production. If I'll take a decision of increasing cotton, I have to forego my corn because I have to produce less, and I have to sacrifice my corn because I'm producing less amount of corn. This is known as opportunity cost of an additional unit of the commodity or the good. So what is this foregoing nature of one commodity is called as? This is called as what? This is called as opportunity cost. This is important. Opportunity cost. You have to understand this opportunity cost. Okay. So opportunity cost is very important because here I am deciding to produce only one commodity in terms of letting another commodity to go. So this is my opportunity cost. Getting it? If I give you opportunity cost as an example, if I am having 1 acre of land and I want to produce rice on that particular land. Okay, if I produce rice, I required a cost of production is 10,000 rupees. If I produce wheat, I required a cost of production of 20,000 rupees. Okay, so cost of production is 10,000 for rice and cost of production for wheat is 20,000. But if you sell the rice and wheat in the market, you're getting the same amount of profit. So which is that you're going to take into consideration. You always would like to produce rice because less amount of cost is involved and you can sell the same amount of rice in the market for the same price. So this is called as the opportunity cost, where you're producing rice compared to that of my wheat. Okay, every economy has to choose one of the many possibility that it has. In other words, one of the central problem of the economy is to choose from one of many production possibility. So apart from that, they say that being the conclusion, this is applicable to everyone in the economy, saying that whenever you have many amount of possibilities, you have to select certain amount of possibilities. Choice is considered. You have to choose some of the many of the commodities available. You have to choose any one of the production possibility frontier. Either you have to go with X amount of production, either you have to go with Y amount of production, either you have to go with a Z amount of production. You cannot say that with the same resource I can produce XYZ products. Getting it? You cannot do it because the resources are limited. So you have to always select, you have to always choose from many production possibility what is that one that you can produce, or what is that combination of goods of X and Y you can produce with less amount of X, more amount of Y, more amount of X and less amounts of Y. So this is the central problem of the economy related to production possibility frontier. Thank you.